Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sloan's parenthood objections. Maggie pushes Alex and Teresa's separation. Days of Our Lives uncovers that Harris Michaels consoled Lucas Horton about keeping him safe and encouraged Lucas to simply hold on while he scrutinized a culprit at the emergency clinic. Sadly, the crook wouldn't offer any data connected with the medication emergency, so Harris was disappointed when he ran into Marlena Evans and acknowledged her proposal of treatment meeting. That meeting achieved questions Ava Vitali, so Harris said that was finished and made sense of Ava's phony sentiment with Stefan DiMera. Marlena was confounded, yet Harris didn't offer a lot of data before he took off. At Harris's condo on Day's episode, Lucas got Chad DiMera on the telephone and brought him. Chad carried Everett Lynch with him, so Lucas said he had an amazing story to tell and made sense of the source circumstance that got him beaten in a correctional facility. Lucas blamed Clyde Weston before Harris returned and went crazy over Lucas conversing with columnists. Harris persuaded Chad to hold off on the story in return for restrictive updates on an approaching medication bust. When Everett and Chad left, Harris reprimanded Lucas since he was attempting to keep him alive and they didn't require Clyde fighting back. In the town square, Chad and Everett acknowledged they expected to converse with Clyde if they had any desire to do their impending story right. At Titan on DOL show, Teresa Donovan overreacted over the format of the new Bella issue and let Alex Kyriakis investigate. Alex thought it made sense, but Teresa knew it wasn't right and asked Brady Black for help as soon as he arrived. In fact, Brady helped Teresa and showed her what she was doing wrong. She thanked him profusely and ended up laughing with him about old videos of Tate Black as a child. Maggie ran into Alex again in the town square, where she questioned whether he was mature enough, patient enough, and sympathetic enough to date Teresa right now. Maggie confirmed that's what she meant when she said Alex assumed Maggie thought they should break up. Obviously, Alex clarified that his long periods of being a player were finished. Presently Alex was focused on being there for Teresa, so Maggie encouraged him to find a junkies care group and attempt to figure out her better. Maggie additionally figured she ought to step back in at Titan and referenced that she could converse with the board. Alex informed Maggie that she would not be returning to Titan, but he thanked her for her advice regarding the addicts support group. At the point when Alex returned to his office, he found Teresa and Brady snickering together. After Brady left, Maggie gave him some good news about Holly Jonas and told him that she wanted a Titan comeback. Brady gave Maggie a big hug after he said he would talk to the board and find out how they felt. He knew Maggie only wanted everyone to succeed. Back with Alex, he guaranteed Teresa that he was all right with her tolerant assistance from Brady prior. Alex acted as though Teresa's happiness was all that mattered, despite his apparent jealousy. At the point when Brady referenced joining a fiends care group and figuring out how to help, Teresa inquired as to whether he'd truly do that for her. Alex said he'd do anything for Teresa before he shut the entryway for office energy. At Sloan Peterson Brady and Eric Brady's put on Thursday's Days episode, their endeavor to have intercourse was interfered with by Jude Brady's crying. Eric tried to get his heated evening with Sloan back on track after feeding Jude. Leo unmistakable hindered straightaway and guaranteed he was there to see the photographs Eric took, however, he simply needed to provoke Sloan. Melinda Trask also showed up to inquire about the christening, which was put off because Eric wanted Nicole DiMera to be able to attend when she returned. Before Leo joined Eric in looking at the photos, Sloan behaved as though that was fine and put up with Leo getting into her head. That gave Sloan an opportunity to vent to Melinda about motherhood and Eric's lack of desire for a nanny, despite the fact that they could afford one. Sloan couldn't see how she could keep doing this for another 18 months, much less 18 years. Since their freedom was at stake, Melinda basically told Sloan to ignore it and move on. Yet again, after everybody got out on Day's episode, Sloan and Eric attempted to have intercourse, however Marlena made an appearance to take a look at Jude. That left Sloan baffled as she thudded back on the bed and murmured. Sloan and EJ's shameful casual hookup while Nicole is away. Days of Our Lives propose crowds generally plan for something amazing. Sloan Peterson Brady is currently living the life of her dreams by raising baby Jude with Eric Brady. She has everything, except fans realize that Sloan has a method of self-destructive behavior, so it's inevitable before she accomplishes something moronic. Days of Our Lives Sloan Peterson Brady's drinking disaster. Days spoilers hint that Sloan, as of late, had an occurrence where she exacerbated a terrible circumstance. She was apprehensive about the supper at John Dark and Marlena Evans' home, and on second thought of remaining on track, she became inebriated, making a total scene of herself. Days of Our Lives Sloan and EJ's shameful casual sexual encounter while Nicole is away. Lightning could strike 2 times in Sloan's reality, however, in a significantly uglier way. The pressure of the child Jude's secret keeps on negatively affecting her, and Leo Distinct isn't making things simple for her. Will she wind up committing a colossal error? Days, a lot of liquor plus a ton of feeling equals casual sexual encounter. DOL demonstrate that Sloan and Eric will attempt to cut a break for energy, however continually get interfered. Having a child can remove a ton from a couple, and it means quite a bit to attempt to keep the enchantment alive in a sentiment while likewise bringing up kids. So, it's even significantly more significant for Sloan and Eric, as a heft of what works in their relationship is attached to the room. Sloan is certainly not a drunkard, however she could keep on going to drinking to adapt to her ongoing circumstance. Blend in the way that she's blameworthy about the child Jude circumstance, and that could likewise make a far-reaching influence where Sloan is staying away from personal collaborations with Eric, due to her regret. On the off chance that the child, work life, Leo, and disgrace intrude on Sloan and Eric's association, she could go to the bar to suffocate her distresses. Could she meet EJ DiMera by chance there? He might be drinking since he misses Nicole Walker, as she is in Italy with Holly Jonas. He may likewise be there having a down outlook on his own life. DiMera family show is at a breaking point at this moment, in addition to his occupation as the town's DA isn't great. EJ may be horrified at what he put Holly through if evidence emerges that Tate Black was completely innocent of the overdose. Notwithstanding, in the event that EJ is tanked and Sloan is as well, might they at any point end up accomplishing something they'll both lament? A one-nighter together would add one more layer to this child-taking storyline. Might EJ and Sloan at some point end up in bed? Remark in the part underneath. Harris needs exhortation, Eric and Sloan alone time, Lucas imperils himself. Days of Our Lives show that regardless of the amount Marlena Evans has happening at home, it is starting to seem like she has transformed into Dear Doc for each and every individual who comes by. Eric Brady and Sloan Peterson need some alone time. Lucas Horton might warn Clyde Weston to his area. Harris Michaels trusts in Marlena Evans. Days of Our Lives spoilers propose that despite the fact that Marlena has a full plate attempting to manage her better half's issues, another person generally appears to require a modest recommendation from the emergency clinic's main psychologist. Marlena might be able to relax with Robert Scott Wilson's Alex Kyriakis and Harris by herself. Marlena will indeed assist Harris with managing his affections for Ava. Harris is having a truly challenging time managing Ava's phony relationship with Stefan DiMera, Brandon Barish, and opening dependent upon him about her inconveniences. Sadly, it appears to be that Ava will go too far and perhaps lose Harris when he is gone after very soon. DOL spoilers, Eric Brady and Sloan Peterson's distant from everyone else time. Sloan has been attempting to manage staying quiet about her lies while being extorted by Leo Distinct, Greg Rickhart. Trying to sort out her finances, taking care of a kidnapped child, and maintaining her sanity. Everything is burdening Sloan's brain, and all she needs is for herself and Eric to have some quality time. Sadly, it appears to be that each time these two get a moment alone, they are intruded on by somebody. By now, Eric and Sloan must be accustomed to taking cold showers. What is it will take for a bit of warmth in the early evening at some point? When will Eric at last get familiar with reality with regards to his and Nicole Walker's, Ariane Zucker, child kid?